Hey everybody, it's Bradford, your carnivore curmudgeon, reminding you that I am an actual carnivore, but I am not an actual curmudgeon mostly. Just a short video today with a sort of a compilation of 5 reasons that you might consider investing in a meat grinder. And numero uno is your health. If you're interested in making your own sausages or any combination of meats and you need ground meat, you can use a grinder, a home grinder, to determine what kinds of meats and what cuts and quality of meat you're going to put into that mix or that sausage. That way, if you're making sausage that has spices, if you do spices, you can determine what exactly goes in there. Most of the time, sausages from the grocery store, not always, but most of the time, sausages from the grocery store, the number 2 or 3 ingredient is some sort of sugar. It's usually heavy corn syrup that goes into hot dogs and all kinds of sausages. But it's one more tool in your arsenal of good health that could help you in that endeavor. Second on the list is very closely akin to the first, and that is savings. There are many times that you can buy meat that has been marked down wherever you source your meat, but especially I'm thinking at the grocery store. Today I saw some country style beef ribs. And what that means is that they've probably taken some big long cuts of a chuck roast and then they call it somehow a rib. But those strips, when they're marked down, the ones I saw today were $2.67 a pound. If I had any more room in my freezer, I would have bought all of them and put them in my grinder, ground them up, boom, got myself a nice cut of ground chuck. So that's number 2.
We interrupt this program with the following newsflash, see?
Well, it was newsworthy to me anyway. If any of you care to look at it, on the Dr. Shawn Baker Podcast video on YouTube, I did have the chance to sit down and have the privilege to do about a 45-minute interview with Dr. Baker himself. The description below has the link.
And now, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea, back to our regularly scheduled program.
Number 3 is storage. Once you have that meat that you got on sale and you grind it all up, what do you do with it? Well, a great way to do it is to put it into Ziploc bags, mash it down real flat, stacks up nicely in your refrigerator, and it thaws out quicker than if it's in a more bulky form or even a chub like they sell vacuum sealed chubs sometimes. Chub. So storage in your freezer can be an aspect of owning a grinder that could be beneficial. And that's our third one. Number 4 is pets. If you have pets, especially dogs, and you want to feed them something better than processed dog food, you can buy some meat really cheap. Liver is cheap. Pork butt shoulders, oftentimes I can get them for 99 cents a pound when they go on sale, and they go on sale quite often. Things that are marked down, you can grind them up, you can mix and match, put some liver in there, put some pork in there, put some beef in there if you got scraps, and put that in the freezer, mark it carefully, and then you can thaw that out and feed it to your pet, either as their meals or as a supplement to their meals. And I kind of joke about saying to mark it carefully, but I've made a lot of things for my dog that I cook and I got no problem giving it a little taste because it's just people food. And finally, for this particular list, number 5. Number 5 is it can be a lot of fun. It can be very enjoyable. Whether you have a little small home grinder or you buy a Hoss because you're planning on making a lot of different ground things like sausages. I love to make sausage. I love to experiment. I love to look at the recipes, give it a try. I love to give it away. So it can be my wife would call it therapy for me, to make things and give them away to other people for them to enjoy as well as for our own household. And a grinder affords me that basic tool to make that available to people. There are other toys that are great for the kitchen as well, and I'll probably do some other videos on them. But this particular, just 5 off the top of my head list, was something that I wanted to put together for your consideration, especially if you're thinking, should I buy a grinder for my home?